2, 1. We should see ignition and liftoff of booster 1073. Ooh, you can already start to hear it just a little bit. On its way uphill, carrying the Thuraya 4 next generation satellite. Oh, what a great view. Here comes some of that sweet audio, guys. I'm going to shut up so we can all enjoy it. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. That sound never gets old.
Oh, it's great.
Gotta love it. I just gotta love it. And I'm so jealous for people along the Space Coast because right now, with the cool, clear sky, you're going to be able to see this launch and potentially that re-entry burn for this booster. I mean, gosh, Sawyer's what, 170 miles away? Amazing. And what you're seeing right now is those Merlin engines. Is that Sawyer's shot? I can't tell. That's okay. That's Sawyer's shot from 170 miles away. Wow. I'm just stunned. Everybody out there on the Space Coast gets to see an amazing rocket launch.
So,
Everybody's
Gene,
riding me because I called him a viewer. Everybody's getting on to me for that. Go ahead, EJ.
well, he is a space enthusiast, just like Ryan.
I just,
If you get it,
you're gonna get me in trouble, man. I thought you were my friend.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Look at that. Look at that. So what you're seeing right now is that the plume expanding as it gets up into the thinner parts of the atmosphere, and we should be coming up here pretty soon on Miko, and there it is. And then we see a stage separation, and then what you'll see is the second stage with a Merlin vacuum optimized engine, and there we go. And that booster is on its coast face toward the drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas. And I have a ton of people to thank for all of their support. They've been very patient, and we can watch this rocket go, and I will thank them. Protogenesis, thank you so much for that $2 super chat. They're talking to you, Max and D. They're saying thank you for being out there in the cold. Look at that, EJ. Check out that.
It's beautiful. Because of the different nozzle geometry of that second stage, you get a very different plume effect that you do from the first stage. It's crazy. That first stage has 9 engines, but that single Merlin vacuum engine in that second stage firing, just because the nozzle is different, is going to give you a completely different plume effect.
Very cool. There goes the fairing halves on their way back. I love these shots from SpaceX.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Look at that.
Yep, you can see some stars in the background there.
Or were those
the ones that are moving up,
being lit up? Yeah.
The ones that are moving on the background really, really quickly from bottom to top, those are stars going by. Yeah. But you can very distinctly see 2 dots that are kind of traveling just behind that second stage. That's light reflecting off of the jettisoned payload fairings, which, as Julia mentioned, those poppies are going to come back down and land. They got parachutes on them. They'll come back down.
And then Doug picks them up, right? Or Bob. Which one is it? Julia, you said was out there? It was Doug. Doug. Now, how long is this? So this burn is going to go for a while. We don't have any shots of the booster yet. It's strange. Normally they have that reorienting and starting to come in to catch the entry burn, which you can see on your screen is coming up. Look at it. This thing is screaming right along. Oh, wow. We keep switching back and forth, and I keep getting more and more wide-eyed at the shots.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are crazy out there in the field. This is so good.
Beautiful.
I love the stars going by. It's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, the stars are a little more pronounced with this camera here. Beautiful.
It's amazing it's just amazing. Carrying a 5 metric ton payload up to its transfer orbit. Huh. So booster 1073 just launched for its 20th time, and now we're waiting. By the way, what you're seeing on your screen is the second stage still powering its way uphill, and we should see the booster do an entry burn here in just a minute or so as it comes down, and out there waiting for it is a short-fall of gravitas.
Yep. And as you can see here, you see a shot on board the second stage here as we come up to that entry burn, which is my favorite part. But if you guys are wondering, that nozzle, I don't know if everybody here could tell, that nozzle's a little bit warm. You could tell because it's glowing, right? And you can tell because of the way it is. That's pretty neat. No, believe it or not, that nozzle is that's how it's cooling itself. The glowing is how it's cooling itself. When you're up in the vacuum, you can't conduct heat and you can't convect heat. The only way you can get rid of heat coming from that really, really hot rocket engine is through light. It's using radiation. It's using thermal radiation, black body radiation to actually cool itself. That's how that nozzle doesn't melt.
All right. It also doesn't it run some of the propellant down into the engine bell and then back up before it goes in the combustion chamber.
That
it cools a little bit that way as well.
So that one has a regenerative cooled gas generator. The gas generator is the exhaust from the gas generator is film cooling part of the nozzle. That's why some of the nozzle is dark and some of the nozzle is light. That one does not
just the entry burn?
Yep. There it is.
Oh, they caught it. Nice.
Perfect.
Nicely done, Max.
Supersonic retro propulsion.
Oh, you had to say it before me.
I'm sorry. That's my thing, man. That's my thing. I'm taking it.
Well, we've seen the entry burn, so now this booster is going to be coming back, and it's aiming for that drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas in the Atlantic. And what you'll see that speed as it comes into the thicker part of the atmosphere in the lower right-hand corner. You'll see it start to decrease, and there it goes. Those grid fins are working as it's coming into that thick part of the atmosphere, and it's going to come down and do its landing burn. And it just has just enough fuel, right, EJ? It comes just enough fuel, landing burn, landing legs, land.
Yep, absolutely. There's only, Falcon 9's going to have some residual when it lands because you don't want to dry fire a rocket engine. That would be very bad for it. Explosions. But yeah, it'll just have enough residual just to not get these things to all the way to the empty, all the way to the E on the fuel gauge. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And here in just a second, we should see that second stage engine shut down. And it's powering all the way up 27,000. There's Seacoast, second engine cut off. And we should be coming down. There is the landing burn on the left-hand side of your screen.
Red fins are going to do some work here, coming down through the clouds here. Drone ship should be visible under the left side grid fin on your screen. There it is. Grid fin's doing some work, steering that Falcon 9 all the way back to that drone ship here. Once we have landing leg, we got landing leg deploy happening. Grid fins lock into position. We're on thrust vector control and attitude control systems only. And we got dead center. Gene, right down the pipe.
Love it. Perfect. I love it. Bullseye. Booster 1070. You can hear in the background some of the SpaceX chatter. 1073 landing on a drone ship.
There you go.
I love this. It never gets old for me. And great job catching that entry burn, Max. Just really good stuff.